You know what this is. It's the life of a G.
What up, y'all? So today we're gonna talk about accountability. Something that a lot of people choose not to do when it comes to children and these school students and themselves. It stems from either the way you was raised or the way you felt you should have been raised or just the way society lets you get away with stuff in general. You know what I'm saying? We all need to be held accountable for a lot of things because at times we all get a little lax and sometimes we just get so tunnel vision that everything else that we got going, we tend to forget about. But what I'm saying today is accountability is needed for a lot of things. For one, when you're dealing with your kids, man, whether you the in-home parent, the out-of-home parent, in the Texas term, the custodial and non-custodial parents. So your kids not showing up to school, you need to be held accountable for that. Because ultimately, you got to say so. If your kids waking up and you still laying in the bed, they don't get to school, that's on you. And if you too tired to where you just like, you know what, they just gonna miss school, yada, yada, yada. Again, that's on you. Because if you can get up, entertain people, go to this place, go to that place, make sure you having fun and this, that, and the other, the least you can do is make sure your kids get to school. Nowadays in these schools, man, they don't hold nobody accountable for anything. Like, the teachers just get the bad rap right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no, oh, the kid did this, so this is the consequences. When it goes south, the first thing they say is, oh, what was the teacher doing? Like, why does it matter what the teacher was doing? If the teacher's up here teaching and little Johnny is in the back acting a fool, throwing paper and getting loud and yada, 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 what does that have to do with the teacher? Because at the end of the day, that teacher still got to teach. I don't know how every other state is, but here in Texas, they teach to pass the standardized test. That ain't how it was. I don't know where they came with that, but that ain't the business. And you got the coaches who they so lackadaisical now, they don't even walk around to check to make sure if they student athletes is doing what they supposed to be doing in class. Like, my coaches patrolled the halls. If they didn't have nothing to do on their period, during their periods, they had conference time, they was walking by everybody's classes. If they caught you acting a fool, you got the wood. And I don't know if some of y'all on my Facebook or not, but a lot of times, I ain't gonna say a lot of times, from middle school up to high school, except for the school that I graduated from, all my coaches was Omegas. So we got hit with the wood with the Omega signs on it. Some of them had them thick letters that stuck out on the top. Others was kind of painted on there, and others was kind of on the back to where if you get hit with it and you get hit hard enough, you'll have Omega Psi Phi across your ass. You know, if you acted up, coach caught you. They bust your ass. You got some extra work. Then you had to do some more stuff for the coaches. Then when you got home, the parents got at you. You know what I'm saying? If it was game day and you messed up, whew, talk about mad. You probably won't see the field that game. It didn't matter who you was. I'm that same type of coach / teacher. If I catch you acting up, homie, you ain't got to worry about playing. What you got to worry about is me. Little joke here. But anyway, what you got to worry about is me coming down on you and reporting it to the coach. You feel me? I'm going to get back at y'all in a minute. Parents. Because a lot of times, yes. A lot of times what happens is, I'm just speaking, the parent that's not with the kid, because it's some women out there that's not with their kids. It's some men out there that's not with their kids. But it's more they do than what's being reported. But for the ones that don't, and they blatantly do this shit, if you have the other parent holding you accountable for your child, it's nothing wrong with that. You can't say, oh, they nagging and, you know, they doing this and they this from hell. No, that ain't what they do. They holding you accountable for something that you helped bring here. There's nothing wrong with that, and you actually need that because a lot of times what happens is that these women or these men, they doing it to keep a relationship with you and your kid versus somebody saying, oh, I'm going to hold you accountable, but every fucking time they call you or they say something, they making it about them. That's not holding you accountable. That's being bitter and holding something against you. Yes, sometimes the non-custodial parents or the not at home parent, they get sidetracked. I get that. But you can never go too hard and grinding to where you forget what you grinding for. And it happens a lot of times because a lot of people get a bad rap because they doing what they doing, but they also doing what they doing for their kids, with their kids in mind. The only issue is the kid don't live in the house with them. So it's like, okay, I can come and go and I can do. I'm just like, I can come, I can go, I can do this, I can do that, I can dip in, dip out. And people look at this, oh, they got the freedom to do what they want. No, the problem is that the kid don't stay with them. And then they get into this routine to where it's like, oh, I gotta get. So whenever they get here, I can give. There's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, you also cutting something from your kid. That other parent deserves a break. Get over there. The other parent deserves a break, and I'm not gonna sit up here and say that they don't, because they do. Parents get tired, man. And like a lot of people, they like to try to, I get tired and you don't do this and I don't do that. Communication, I'm not gonna say it's key. But as the other parent, if you call the other parent and be like, hey, I've been doing this, I've been doing that. Do you think you can help me out? We're coming to get them for the weekend, blah, 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 whatever. That's all cool. If they say, hey, I can't do it this time, but since it's so short notice, I got you next week. Or, I'll pay for this or blah, blah, blah. And, it's nothing wrong with that. But when you come in last minute with stuff, and trust me, the other parent knows what you're going through. Or if you're struggling, but you don't reach out to the other parent and your pride is so high up that you can't be like, hey, look, I'm struggling. Can the kids come stay with you? Whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. Or if you just can't ever get right on your feet, it's nothing wrong with letting the kids go to the other parent. You feel me? And a lot of people get so caught up with that they get blindsided, and that's where the whole bitterness thing comes from. Oh, people wanting the glory. I did this by myself. I did that. Nobody asked you to. Or if the relationship goes south, first thing they say, oh, you left us. No, they didn't leave us. They left you. Y'all got to stop saying they left us because they left you. No, they didn't leave their kids. They left you. The problem is you pitting them kids against them as a weapon, and they ain't going for it. So you got to check yourself, man, and be accountable for your actions. Because what you fail to realize is the more that you put that other parent down and call it holding them accountable, but in actuality, you being bitter, the more that your children seeing it. And as they grow up, that false reality that you preaching to them, when they see it and their world come crashing down, you can't get mad at them for being mad at you when they starting to lash out. Because it happens all the time. I'm a living witness of it. I'm not saying that it was me that it happened with, but I'm a living witness, and I seen what happened when kids lash out because the world that was painted by another parent comes crashing down because reality is here, and the parent that painted that messed up picture is the one that's actually messed up. So, accountability, man, it's big, and a lot of times, bro, we don't do what we supposed to be doing. But I'm gonna get at y'all later, man. I'm finna go watch this football game. I'll try to get some footage in on it. If I don't crucify me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get back at y'all, man.
You know what this is. It's the life of a G.